A chilling video has emerged, capturing the final moments before a tragic shooting that shook a university campus. It shows the security team in action, but what it reveals has sparked more questions than answers. People are now wondering if the official story holds up. I was there that day, closer to the stage than most, and what I saw didn't align with what we were told. This new footage flips the narrative upside down. For weeks, we heard about airtight security, a team in total control, no room for error. But the video tells a different story: strange movements, gaps in protection, choices that don't make sense. What looked like a straightforward tragedy now feels shrouded in mystery. Was it just a mistake, or was something bigger at play? As more eyes dissect this footage, the truth we thought we knew is starting to crumble. Picture a vibrant college courtyard, packed with thousands of students buzzing with energy. It's a crisp September day in 2025, and a well-known speaker, a lightning rod for controversy, is about to take the stage for a bold, open debate. His events always draw crowd supporters and critics alike, but this one feels different. The air is tense, electric. Hours later, a single bullet would change everything, leaving a trail of ignored warnings and a security setup that failed when it mattered most. As we dive deeper, you'll see why this moment was a disaster waiting to happen, and why the footage of those final minutes has so many demanding answers. By 2025, this speaker was a household name, especially among young people. His nationwide tour, a call for bold ideas and fierce debates, packed venues and stirred up trouble. With fame came danger. Thousands of threats poured in, far more than usual. In the weeks before this event, the warnings were impossible to ignore. Yet, the security for this Utah campus stop was shockingly thin. A small private team, just 6 to 8 guards, handled the speaker's safety. They were skilled, some with elite training, wearing high-tech glasses that recorded everything. But their focus was narrow close protection, not the bigger picture. The plan seemed solid on paper. The private team covered the speaker, while campus police managed the crowd. But cracks were everywhere. Only a handful of campus officers, far too few, were assigned to a crowd of thousands. No city police were on site until after the tragedy struck. Worst of all, no one checked the surrounding rooftops, despite the shooter later positioning himself just a football field away. Experts called it a glaring oversight. Months earlier, security pros had begged for stronger measures: bulletproof panels, rooftop patrols, even a vest for the speaker. He brushed it off, prioritizing openness over safety. That choice would prove fatal. If this story resonates with you, please share it to spread awareness and spark discussion. Every view helps us uncover the truth behind moments like these. Compare this event to others on the tour. Just days earlier, a California stop had dozens of officers, drones, and metal detectors. 0 incidents. Another campus had tight entry checks and a robust police presence. But here, barely any precautions. No scanners, no barriers, just an open courtyard ringed by unchecked rooftops. Insiders say the speaker wanted it that way: accessible, unguarded, true to his brand. But with threats mounting, that openness created a perfect storm. The footage shows it all. Security guards adjusting their gear, seemingly routine, but to some, suspiciously timed. One clip, shared millions of times, shows a guard tapping his smart glasses just before the chaos. Was it communication or something else? The stage was set for disaster. Thousands of threats ignored. Expert advice dismissed. Minimal police, no medical team on standby. At 12:23 p.m., as the speaker challenged the crowd, a shot rang out. A sniper's bullet, fired from a nearby rooftop, hit its mark. Blood poured from his neck as panic erupted. Students screamed, diving for cover or sprinting away. "I heard the shot and saw the blood," one witness said. "I knew he was gone." The security team sprang into action, shielding him, pressing his wound, rushing him to a waiting SUV. But the footage raises questions. Why no blood on their hands? Why no paramedics on site? The team drove him to a hospital miles away, a choice experts later called a deadly mistake. Online, the video sparked a firestorm. Some saw the guards' actions as sloppy, others as deliberate. Theories spread like wildfire. Was the microphone rigged to explode? Did the team signal the shooter? One clip shows a guard's casual gesture, adjusting his sleeve or tapping his glasses moments after the shot. To some, it looked like a code. Why is he so calm? One viral post asked, "Something's not right." Another theory claimed the whole scene was staged, pointing to the lack of visible blood. Experts debunked this, explaining the chaos of the moment muddled proper procedure. Still, the doubts lingered, fueled by the absence of clear answers. The official report names a lone gunman, a young man acting alone, his rifle found on a rooftop with his prints. But the investigation hit snags. The security team dismantled the stage too soon, removing cameras before police could secure them. No EMTs were present, no drones patrolled, no rooftops were checked. These failures weren't conspiracies, they were negligence, plain and simple. Yet the internet kept digging. Why did the shooter stop for ice cream minutes after fleeing? Why did the speaker raise his hand, pointing skyward, as he lay dying? That haunting gesture, caught on video, became a symbol of unanswered questions, replayed endlessly online. The aftermath was chaos. The campus locked down, police swarmed, and the FBI took over. By afternoon, they had the shooter's weapon and evidence tying him to the crime. But the security team's actions packing up equipment, bypassing protocol raised red flags. No charges were filed, but the damage was done. Social media exploded with speculation, from exploding mics to insider plots. Experts shut down the wildest claims, but the gaps in security were undeniable. The university launched a review, vowing to overhaul its protocols. Future events would have federal oversight, drones, and SWAT teams, a stark contrast to that deadly day. This tragedy didn't just end a life. It ignited a reckoning. Polls show growing fear of political violence, with many young people admitting it sometimes feels justified. The speaker's death exposed a divided nation, where heated rhetoric can turn deadly. Authorities called for calm, urging people to reject violence. Social media platforms cracked down on posts glorifying the act, and workplaces disciplined those who celebrated it. The shaky footage, dissected frame by frame, became a mirror for our distrust, a canvas for every theory and fear. That final image of a hand raise pointing to the sky stays with us. Was it a reflex, a message, or just a man's last act? We may never know, but the pain of that day, the questions it raised, will linger. If this story moved you, please like, subscribe, and share to keep this conversation alive. Let's honor the truth by seeking it together.